Imagine traveling from San Francisco, California to New York City on a bicycle. In 1974, my dad Alan and his brother Jonathan did just that. That must have just been an incredible experience.
It was, and when I looked, thinking about when you said you wanted to get together and ask me some questions about it, I started remembering and said that was really quite a summer. The plan was to start out we were both in New York on the East Coast going to college. We took the bus, a 72-hour bus ride from New York City to San Francisco.
So you get to San Francisco, what did you do?
Didn't even know we were going to stay that first night or what we were going to do when we got there. And we met somebody on the bus that actually said we could stay with him to start. We got up, he went off to work, we put our bikes together, put the boxes outside and just got on the bikes and headed north over the Golden Gate into Sausalito.
So was everything on your back or did you have things carried on your bike?
Everything was on the back of the bike, and we had little front packs too, and we had two kind of saddlebags with a sleeping bag and tent up in the middle. So, and all our gear was just like that. It was about 30 pounds, we figured, of gear per cycle.
What was the hardest part of the trip?
A lot of hard. There was challenging. There was different hard parts, different challenges the whole time. We left Crater Lake through Oregon, and we really didn't realize how difficult that terrain. It was high mountain desert, so it was very dry, hot during the day, and mountain and hilly. And our next destination was to go to Yellowstone National Park in the Grand Tetons, and that's where we actually crossed the Continental Divide. We got up to an elevation of about 10,000 feet, wow. So we're about 60, 70 miles biking up the entire time.
Were there any injuries?
No, not really. Fortunately, nothing major like that. I remember biking a lot without shirts, so we had some severe sunburn. Other than that, and maybe sores on your rear end, nothing bad. So.
How about flat tires?
A lot of flat tires, tons of flat tires, and broken spokes.
Did you meet people along the way?
We started meeting people that would take such an interest in what we were doing. Northern California, we met this woman in the middle of, she must have been 70, 80 years old, in this small town, who owned a laundromat, let us sleep in the laundromat, and her father actually was the one that settled that town 100 some odd years ago in California. North Platte, Nebraska, we had met this guy who delivered diapers 200 miles west of North Platte, that he just told us where he lived. We got to his house, it was a note: bikers, go into the house, take a shower, I'll be home. Another crew we met in Peoria, Illinois, invited us into their house. And the next thing, he invited the whole neighborhood over and had a party in honor of her because we were there. We met a news person in Burlington, Iowa, as we were ready to cross the Mississippi River, and he took a big interest in us. And we actually stayed at the newspaper. We didn't have a place to stay, let us sleep right there. And so he took a picture of us crossing the Mississippi River. We have another one, this is in Reading, Pennsylvania. And then when we got to Long Island, we had a couple of newspapers that were there from Long Island at the end of the trip. And there was a picture with our parents meeting us. Our route was Pacific, finish in the Atlantic Ocean.
So now looking back 35 years, do you think the experience shaped you in a lasting way?
We never gave up, and I think that when we were 19, 18, 21, and just going, there were times when we just didn't think we could keep going, and we just, it was something. We just decided you can do anything you put your minds to, and I think that's one thing I came out with, and I've always kept that. And it's experiences, thinking about the old stories, thinking about the people we met, and it really was great memory, a great way to see the country, and really a lot of good thoughts to always reflect on.
Thank you, Dad.
Okay.
Trucking, got my chips cashed in, keep trucking like the Doodah Man. together, more or less in line. Just keep trucking on.
Arrows of neon and flashing marquees out on Main Street. Chicago, New York.